The fourth episode of Abbott Elementary, 2021, looks at the grade school adopting a new program for the students. This new reading system proves to be troublesome with an old school teacher. Janina Teagues is a second-grade teacher, played by Quinta Brunson. She, along with her students and colleagues, is being filmed for a documentary. So this is basically The Office, 2005 to 2013, but modern. Her co-workers consist of Gregory Eddy, played by Tyler James Williams. Then we have Janelle James playing Ava Coleman, a non-experienced principal for the school. Next, Lisa Ann Walter as Melissa Chementi, another second-grade teacher. Along with that, Chris Perfetti plays history teacher Jacob Hill. Finally, kindergarten teacher Barbara Howard, played by Cheryl Lee Ralph. Let's see how these teachers interact with each other and their students. The episode starts with Janina educating her students about some new terms. This catches the attention of Barbara, as she does not approve of this teaching. Both her and the custodian, Mr. Johnson, agree that this new era of teaching is not good. They believe that it is distasteful towards the old generation. Next, the teachers have a meeting in the library. This has to do with the new reading system implemented within the Abbott school. Barbara not only disapproves of this but can't operate the system. With her being used to old-school teaching and her pride, she refuses help from Janina. After the meeting, Gregory is about to have his coffee. However, Jacob intervenes and tries to navigate the substitute teacher through the school. He does so by warning him of certain teachers. Gregory doesn't care and Jabba continues. He even mentions an old story that happened in South Philadelphia. By the way, the school is based there. This catches the attention of Melissa. She scares him as he explains that he did mention an event in that area. Barbara continues to struggle with the program. Janina comes in and provides her assistance to the old school teacher, yet Barbara does not want any help. She even tells Janina she is disrupting the sleeping kindergartners. Instead, Barbara checks off every student on the tablet, not knowing what she has just done. Next, we see Jacob telling his students about the South Philadelphia event. Melissa then tells Jacob outside of his class that there were inaccuracies in the story. She volunteers to bring someone into his class to retell the story. Jacob thinks she is recruiting the help of a cop on the scene, but she is getting a prison that was there. Sometime later, Principal Coleman announces that Barbara's kindergarten class is reading at a 4th grade level. Despite this, Barbara realizes that she screwed up. She tries to de-escalate the celebration, but people chant her name. Janina is among the many praising her. Even when Janina is visiting Barbara's room, she does not admit to the mistake. Coleman enters the room and suggests that one of her kids read at an assembly. This makes matters worse. Barbara suggested a student that could read, but Coleman chose another kid. This kid's only talent is dancing. Meanwhile, Jacob and Melissa introduce the former prisoner to the class for the story. He explains his recount of the story as Jacob pulls Melissa into the hall. He thought he was tricked into thinking an officer would speak to the kids. Melissa always intended to bring the former inmate. While Jacob is flabbergasted at the decision, a student leaves to speak with Jacob. He said that both he and the class will protest until pop quizzes end. The former inmate gives the kid a thumbs up. Janina is then seen with Gregory asking about how he has settled into the school. He is doing fine, but students do not care. Earlier he was introducing himself, but they ignored him. They then talk about the reading system. The pair plan to talk more about it, but the conversation gets awkward. They talk about their fictional partners and how they need to meet up with them. Clearly there is something between the two of them. Back in Barbara's room, she is having the dancing child reread a part of the book she read a lot to them. This strategy is a way to continue the lie. Janina then comes in and asks for some more stickers. She asks the child if he is ready to display his talent. The confused kid dances, not thinking about the reading. Barbara gets the stickers and has Janina leave. We are now at the assembly. Before the kindergartner reads, Coleman informs Barbara that he will read a part of Michelle Obama's book. This switch scares Barbara even more as Janina praises her again. Coleman's rant to the school ends as Barbara's student is ready to read. The boy has the book upside down and tries to get ready. This confuses the crowd as Barbara intervenes. She tells them that he cannot read at this level, and that the progress made in her class was a lie. She did not mean for this to happen, as she was confused by the technology.